Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciara, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are revisiting a topic that I've done before here as a pick a card, and that is, what is your witchy powers / psychic gifts? You know, what is going on? So as a few disclaimers, always, if the pile that you pick does not resonate, or if you're attracted to more than one pile, please do trust your intuition and go with the flow of what feels right for you. Again, everybody has some sort of ability, whether they realize it or not, and a lot of us have multiple. So don't be surprised if you are attracted to more than one. And again, what comes out on the cards will be what it is. Make sure to apply whatever is being said to your own personal situation. And again, trust your intuition. Sometimes the messages that come up won't be super specific to a very clear answer of like, oh, you're clairaudient, or you're clairsentient, or you can be really good at earth magic or something like that. Sometimes the answers are not going to be that specific, because it requires you to put in the work as well to understand what resonates for you and what is meant for you. Another big key is to look at your natal chart. Look at what is natally promised to you, because that is going to be also a huge indication of what talents and gifts are, you have the ability to manifest in this lifetime if you work at it. Again, these are just messages, these are just cards, these are just potentials. You have to apply them, and you have to manifest them by putting in physical, work and manifestation on your own front. So with that being said, let me go ahead and introduce you to the piles here. So pile 1, we have the peach calcite bracelet. For pile 2, we have serpentine. For pile 3, we have morganite. So again, listen to just one or multiple, whatever you feel connected to and is resonating and what you are attracted to. Trust in your own intuition, because that's the most powerful indication of what you need to know. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the piles. All right, for my peeps here who picked the peach calcite group here, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards, and I'm going to be pulling multiple different oracle decks as well throughout your reading and all the other readings. But starting off with the tarot, we have the 2 of Cups. We have the 2 of Swords. So pay really special attention to that. You have 2 twos coming out here in your group. So 2 is a very symbolic number for you, the significance of it, the synchronicity of it. Definitely do some research, read up on the numerology of 2. Generally, it has a lot to do with partnership, balance, connection. We also have the 7 of Wands here. So we have a pretty good balance of, air, fire, water element. The element that's missing here is earth, so that might actually be one of your weaker elements, which means you probably need to work on balancing that out. There could be some decisions that you need to make. Part of what helps you in connecting to your gifts is definitely through meditation, but also being analytic in a sense. It also might be that your strongest ability or gift might come out when you are in partnership with somebody else. You kind of feed off the energy of somebody else. Or again, there's a connection there. But I feel like some of you pick this pile, you've had some difficulties maybe in trying to connect, or it comes in waves for you with your psychic abilities, your witchy abilities, witchy powers, however you want to put it. Okay. Sometimes you'll have these spikes where you'll feel really connected, you'll feel really grounded, you'll be picking up and downloading all kinds of information and messages from the ether, but then there'll be some serious drops as well in it, and you'll be like, what happened? Why do I feel so disconnected? So again, and that's why I'm feeling like you really need to work on your earth connection, actually, which might be really surprising for a lot of you who pick this pile, because again, you might have a really strong ability with either like fire, water, or air, generally. But for some reason, it's like, because you've always played to your strengths, you haven't acknowledged your weaknesses. And that is the key to unlocking some of your greatest abilities, is through the weak areas. So definitely consider working more with the element of earth here. But let's go ahead and start pulling some of your cards, some additional cards here. And I'm going to shuffle and pull them live like I did with one of my last videos. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Your witchy power psychic gifts. Okay. Look at that. Well, that's funny. You got tarot cards coming out here with guidance. So obviously, I mean, you're literally watching a pick a card here. So you're looking for guidance. You're looking for more answers on, again, what is going on with you. So I feel like you guys who pick this pile, you already have some inkling. You already have some idea of like what your gifts are, your talents. But what you're missing is, again, that aspect of, why did it seem like they disconnect from me, or they go away sometimes? It's like you can't find the reasoning behind it. Probably because, again, you're focusing so much on what you know you're good at. You're not paying attention to your weak areas. Whoo! Wow. See? And that might be a part of it, because it's like a lot of you don't consider working in partnership for your magic. But that is, a lot of times you're in the solo, and it's not to say that your solo practice and your work and your gifts don't do something. They definitely do, but you could be even more tapped in and more powerful when you work in tandem with somebody else, because we have sex magic coming out here. So I draw on my body with an invisible blade. I carve with the bliss of lustrous teeth. It is in the allure that I will meet blood and flesh. So yeah, for a lot of you, you should consider your strongest ability might be in your allure, your sexual nature, your body, again, your physicality, things that are ruled by the earth element. Obviously, the other thing I will mention is some of you could, your magical ability or your psychic gift could just be divination. Like that's how you tap into it. You can be kind of like a seer or an oracle in a sense, because of what you can interpret or read or communicate through, again, a divinational tool. So that might be another part of the problem for some of you, is you need some sort of physical object in order to channel through. So let's see what else we got. I think that's crazy. We got sex magic coming up. So if you haven't dabbled in that, or again, you struggle with connecting with your sexuality, or especially, it's not so much, again, I'm getting the bigger thing here for this pile, is it's not so much you having an issue connecting just by yourself, because you definitely can do that to some degree, but it's like, it could even be better if you find the right partner to do it with. Let's see what else we got here. We have liberation, power, fulfillment, self-attainment. That's what a lot of you are trying to achieve. Again, you have a lot of power, but a part of it is not being so strict or so rigid. I think you need to relax a little bit more. That's part of the problem of what's blocking your abilities. You need to not be so worried about following by the rule book. Let's see. We got bear medicine. There's no tomorrow without the healing of the past, for in stillness you shall find yourself right where you are. So being in the present moment, that's another issue. Some of you, you're either projecting too far into the past or you're projecting too far into the future. And so that's part of what's messing up your ability. Obviously, a really important totem or animal helper for you is the bear. Let's see what else we can come up here. Strength, resilience. Let's see. Oh, one of my lights just went out. Oh my God. I was looking because when I saw the word medicine there, I was like, okay, maybe some of you, again, I don't feel like it's everybody who's watching this pile, but some of you might have an ability with like applying medicine, being a healer of some sort. And then it's funny because I was thinking that, and then we got the kitchen witchery that came up. So abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. So there's definitely, again, the physical aspect, the earthy things, anything that's ruled by the earth is something you need to work more with, because that is where you're going to unlock your abilities. And again, so maybe working more with the earth, as in growing a garden, growing your own food, working in the kitchen more, kitchen witchering, being a kitchen witch or like hedge witch kind of ability here. Interesting. Let's see if we can still see. Let's pull another card here. And we have, here we go again, seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful grace that calls upon heaving chest. Give into its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. So yes, obviously, this is part of your gift, your power. There is maybe some sacral chakra activation you need to do if it's not already activated for you, because a part of your abilities comes from your body, from your sexual nature, from this ability to be seductive, to draw people in. Again, that sense of partnership and meeting with somebody and picking up on their vibe and using that other energy. So the other thing might be whatever energy you feel you're more dominant in, whether it's female or masculine, you need to work more with the opposite of whatever you think your dominant is. So if you think you're mostly working with dominant masculine energy, that's what you identify with, you need to connect and engage with the feminine as well. Because again, the key to your power is working really in your weakest areas. So on the note of that, let's also see if there's any natal chart information that you might want to dive more into, a particular placement or a house that might be important for you guys to unlocking your ability or your particular gift, or again, the multitude of gifts. Obviously you have an ability with sex magic and reading and divination. If I could get me. Scorpio, investigate. And we're talking about sex magic. We're talking about seduction, the taboo. Here you go. And then you get Scorpio. So in your natal chart, wherever you have Scorpio, you want to look at what planets or aspects are happening to whatever is your Scorpio. What that house is that your Scorpio in your natal chart is ruling, as well as what is going on with your 8th house too, as a side note, because that is the traditional house ruler with Scorpio, is the 8th house, which again, 8th has a lot to do with other people's money. It has to do with death, rebirth, seduction, sexuality, sex, the taboo, the occult, like especially the darker aspects of the occult. So that's definitely where some of your key gifts are hiding. And you might have issues, again, with letting other people in or trusting. You might be a little bit guarded in that way, but there's definitely a connection on the table that is going to help you to become stronger in your own abilities. So lastly, let's look at our mediumship deck here and see if there's a particular ability that wants to show itself and what it has to say for you. Okay. And this might be the other aspect of like the Two of Cups and that partnership energy here is your spirit guides. You might have a particular spirit guide. Maybe it's an ancestor, maybe again it's an animal, a deity of some sort, but there is a very strong specific spirit guide that you work with and that you can tap into to communicate and channel through. So again, that might be one of your particular strong abilities is you are a channeler. Again, I feel like you are very much somebody who, again, I don't want to use the word like psychic vampire, and I don't, but it's, in a way, it's kind of like that idea of where it's like you feed very much off somebody else's energy, and it empowers you. And again, that can have negative or positive benefits depending on how you use it, but it is just an ability that you have. That you could be maybe a very extroverted person or you could be a very introverted person. You might, depending on how it works, or again, an ambivert. Either way, other people's energy is something that you very much tap into, both in the positive and the negative. And no matter what, you're feeding off that energy. You're taking that in and you're turning it into something else that you can try to use. But again, depending on what you're eating, much like with traditional sense of diet and, food and whatnot, you become whatever you eat. So if you're loading your body in with, highly processed foods, lots of sugar or alcohol or whatever vice it might be, you're going to toxify your body and it's going to work more sluggish. That might be part of why you're having such an issue connecting and, tapping into your abilities sometimes, is because whatever you're feeding off of, either spiritually or in the physical sense, is gumming up the works. So let's read a little bit more into the spirit guides here. There's a place within the realm of the spirit world where you can access guidance, inspiration, and support throughout your spiritual development. It's a higher realm where the spirit guides, angels, and masters exist. They're here to support your mediumship and spiritual development, so just reach out and connect. Every good medium must learn to work in partnership and collaboration with their spirit guides, to know how and when they draw near and how to forge a strong link. Meditation, to quiet the mind, and breath work to create balance and rhythm are some of the ways to blend with their energy. A good practice when you're in a meditative space is to open your heart and soul so you can receive their light and love. As you feel their presence, breathe in their energy, to allow them to connect with you. As the relationship grows, you'll find your guides offer you inspiration, new ways of thinking, and methodologies to heal. Invite your guides to connect throughout your day can bring assurance, grace, and ease into your flow of life, especially when you're at work. If you don't know what to ask for at first in the way of guidance or advice, just trust in your guides to offer support and direction. Know that they won't interfere in your life lessons that you are meant to learn. Don't forget to honor all the blessings and wisdom that your guides bring. That is crazy. So again, it's bringing up meditation. You really need to work with that because it's going to help you to stay spiritually healthy so that you can connect with your abilities. Again, you have to accept the fact you're going to be working in partnership to probably multiple degrees. Partnership with your particular spirit guide, or even sometimes for some of you, a team of spirit guides. But otherwise, I feel like it's really one main particular one that you're, again, regardless if it's sometimes they change, mattering on the different lessons you're going through, it's always one main point of contact. And then even in a physical sense, if you're in a relationship, make sure that your partner that you're currently with, or any partners that you engage with, are of a spiritual benefit to you. So to speak, spiritually, part of the good diet, not somebody toxic, not somebody who is just going to use you. And another big important aspect here is to treat sex with reverence and the importance of what it is, because it is a magical act. And especially for those who pick this pile, for you, it is an extremely magical act, because it's literally part of what you can connect with your abilities, because again, you're taking in all of that energy. And if you're not regularly working with tarot cards, that can be, or some other type of divination tool. Again, the point is, it needs to be some sort of tool, particularly one that gives you enough, I feel like, visual stimulation, so that you can kind of pick up symbolism and whatnot, so that you can tap into those messages, because that might be a really important way for your guides to come through and for you to also channel them, because that's, I feel like, another big ability here for a lot of you who pick this pile, is like the channeling. And again, kitchen witchery is a no-brainer. Try it out, grow your own food. Again, connect to that earth element, because you guys need it. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing here in this particular pile. If this resonated, let me know. If you want more videos like this in the future, comment, let me know what you want, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those who picked pile 2 here with the serpentine, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards and see what sort of magical abilities, psychic gifts that you might have, and what other information you need to know. So let's see what we got here. We got the 4 of Cups here. We also have the Hermit, so a major arcana card coming out. We also have the Chariot. You have 2 major arcana cards coming out here. So there's definitely some big energy here with this topic for you. And I feel like a lot of you have been sleeping on your particular ability. It's something that you have, or it's kind of one of two things. It's like a lot of you might already have an idea of, or you have like, oh yeah, I'm clairsentient and clairaudient or something. Like you already have, either you have no idea what your abilities are and you've been kind of sleeping on them. You've had like some little inklings, like recently you've had a little bit of awakening and you're kind of curious about that, and that's how you're even coming across this video. You're scratching an itch of curiosity. Or again, it's like a lot of you already feel like you're well seasoned and you already like, oh, I know what my abilities are. It's this, and that. Well, don't rush ahead too much. Like, don't be so sure on that, because it feels like there's another stronger ability that you're just kind of sleeping on. Obviously, doing more research, looking into more information. So we have a lot of water energy here, and we have a little bit of earth, because we have Virgo and we have Cancer energy here. So obviously your family lineage is really important here. So whatever your abilities are, it could be something that runs in the family. That's why it's like you're kind of just, I get the sense that some of you are a little bit flippant about it, where it's like, oh yeah, like it's no big thing, because you know, your Aunt Sally has always read cards and predicted the future, had prophetic dreams, or, you know, your grandma always, like, her soup would always heal magically people. Like, you know, like some family stuff that's gone through, whether you, like, other family members even believe in it, it just runs in the blood, so to speak. So you become very complacent, I feel like, in that, and you don't push yourself enough. You don't delve deeper into what it is you need to do. You need to kind of buckle down and really do some soul searching and do more deep research on your own, because there's something unique just to you, and not just something that's in kind of like your family line, that you need to connect with. It could be something even from a past life that is coming through. So let's look a little bit into, again, you should look into your natal chart, see what is natally promised to you. But let's give you, maybe you guys who pick this particular group, a little bit of an inkling of maybe somewhere to start in your natal chart. As always, when it comes to astrology and the natal chart, you have to look at everything. Your fixed stars, your houses, it's more than just your sun sign or the signs alone. It's like everything matters. So let's see what we got here. We got the North Node, future, and we have the fourth fucking God. What was I saying? I was saying Cancer. Cancer is the traditional ruler of the 4th house. Oh my God. So yes, you should really look at, so obviously you should look at where Virgo is in your chart. I wouldn't be surprised if your North Node is in something like a Cancer or a Virgo, or it's in the 6th or the 4th house here. A lot of you who pick this pile, you have an ability to see into the future. And again, it might be something that's passed down to you from your family line, or it's an ability that's very much unique to you. A part of what you need to pay a lot of attention to is the flow of the moon. The moon might be a very prominent aspect, or your mother. The females in your line. Maybe this is an ability that is passed down in your the female line of your family. But yes, where you come from, your home. So again, this isn't just your home in this life, it's also your spiritual home. So throughout your different lifetimes, where have you called home? Where do you feel called to? You might need to do some past life regression, because there's a lot here that has to do with the past life, because we have the North Node. So the North Node, in order to understand your North Node, you also have to understand your South Node, which is the past. It is your past life. It's what you already feel comfortable doing. The North Node is pushing you to go for that thing that is a little bit more out of your comfort zone. It's something that you don't feel, it's a challenge for you. So again, this is requiring you to dig a little deeper. You need to do some research, and you need to find some more answers, because there's some missing pieces of the puzzle here, and it has to do with, again, some past life, or your home, your ancestral home, your ancestors, your DNA. There's some missing pieces here that you need to do. Maybe you even need to do an actual like DNA test, like a 21andMe kind of fucking thing. But yes, some of you could have a really strong ability to see and project into the future. So let's see what else we have that comes up here. Let's see. Yeah, don't be afraid of what you need to know about your North Node, or again, pushing yourself to haunted house. Damn. The things that haunt you are the things you have to let go of. Oh my God. There is some past life. I'm totally getting chills with you guys, with this group. Whenever I mention the past life, there's a really strong past life connection here. It has something to do with the people that you are in your life right now that are related to your past lives. Like, you have some idea. There is some haunted connections here, ancestral connections, past life connection. There might even, a lot of you might have even had troubles at home growing up. There might be some wounded child, inner child work that needs to be done here, because some of the things that happen in your home life when you were younger were not maybe the greatest thing. You're haunted still by whatever occurred there for some of you. Wow, that is wild. So let's see. It's also funny because we have a lot of 4 energy. Just saying, because we have the 4th house. This adds up to 4. You have 4 here. Let's see what we got. Oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. Interesting. So some of you maybe need to work more with the divine masculine. Because maybe you're very much connected to that divine feminine, or there might have been issues or power struggles with masculine in your life when you were younger. Inspirational creation, alchemy, the elements, innovation. So again, some of you, your ability has something to do with connecting more with the elements. As I said, with kind of group 1, since we have a lot of primarily water energy here with a little bit of earth, you might need to work more in the opposite spectrum of those elements in regards to like connecting more with fire or air in some aspects. But yeah, inspirational creation. So, and with the alchemy here. So obviously you guys can be master manifestors. That's part of why you can project so well into the future, is that you might have like an uncanny ability to kind of predict trends. Just to know like what's coming around the corner, what's going to be popular. And you need to trust more in those gut feelings, even though they don't make much sense a lot of the time when you have them, or even when you mention it to somebody else, they're like, they'll downplay it. Like, they'll be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's not going to happen or something. You need to trust more in your gut in that regards, because it can lead to you being very successful. But again, you have to have balance and you have to have patience when it comes to that. You can't, I feel like some of you might try to like force this like future seeing ability out of yourself, but it's like you need to have more patience. And again, a big part of unblocking this is, again, working in your challenges as well as doing some shadow work and to clear out what is you're still holding on to from the past. Let's see, we have Flower Crown. Wear your power proudly and unapologetically, for it is your birthright and is eternal like the soul. See, so yeah, I feel like a lot of you might have struggled a lot with power dynamics, especially when you were younger. So you might, again, you might kind of sleep on your loyal, or what is the word? I don't know. You get my point. It's like you're sleeping on your own ability, because it's like there's always been somebody who's been more in charge and you just allowed them to. You've been very passive. That's what it is. You've been very passive. It feels like. And you need to work more on claiming your own power here. We have Healer. So some of you have a really strong healing ability. This could be, again, something generational within your family. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth. A river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. So again, we have mentioned the mother. I feel like the mother aspect is something really big here. But we also have the divine masculine coming out. So again, that's going to be something very personal to whoever is watching this pile. It will make more sense to you how that works. Again, what the dynamic there is. But it feels like this ability is coming from the mother, or maybe on the opposite spectrum, the mother could have been blocking this ability from coming out. Or it was the father. It's one or the other. Let's see. Oop. High priestess or high priest responsibility, and we have Beltane with fertility. Again, these are all very Cancerian cards and energies here. So yes, some of you have a very strong fertile ability. Beltane is related to what time of year? I am blanking on that. Let's see. Beltane happens. Oh, it's May. May Day, duh. May 1st. So May might be a very important month for you. And with this card, it's literally saying, explore your sexuality. Your ideas are coming to fruition. Do what you feel passionate about. Taking action will bring about desired results. Participate in a firework. Time to celebrate. So obviously, again, I feel like a lot of you, it's like if you want your gift and this power, especially the ability to see into the future, to come around, it's like you need to put in work. You need to take responsibility for what it is you want to manifest, because it's just not going to fall in your lap and nobody else is going to do it for you. You need to take charge of it and take back control in that sense. And be very actionable about it, because you have a lot of ability, but it's, again, I feel like you're kind of just lazing back on it. You're procrastinating on it or something along those lines. So let's see what we get from this deck. We got a lot popping out here. We got Darkest Hour. See, we have a lot of the moon phases coming in here. So the moon phases are something you really need to pay attention to. Pay attention to how you feel. Keep like a moon diary. So it's like you're tracking the moon phases and how you feel on those days and what comes through on those days. Because there's a key there. So Darkest Hour. There in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. So, obviously, a lot of you pick this pile. You need to do your shadow work because that's how you're going to unlock your ability. And we have wise men. If it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. Yeah, a lot of this also, I mean, this is your destiny. So your particular ability has a lot to do with your destiny in this life and what it is you need to work towards. But you're kind of lost at the moment because probably either your self-esteem or your confidence or somebody else has always kind of been more in the spotlight than you because you've been too shy about it or something. You've been hiding from it. It's time for you to get some conviction and push yourself forward and to do that healing work you need to do, especially the shadow work aspects. Break the the negative family chains that are holding you back. So lastly, let's see what comes out from our mediumship deck. This will highlight definitely something. Oh, specific. Oh boy. Oh, well, you got quite a few. So we have inspirational mediumship. We have clairsentience. So there's a specific one for you. And sitting in the power. See, there's the key word again. Sitting in the power. So inspirational mediumship. Let's see what this is. Has a thought or idea suddenly appeared seemingly out of nowhere? Have you ever given words of wisdom to someone, yet the advice didn't seem to come from you, but through you? This could be evidence that you are possibly spiritually inspired. Spiritual mediumship is when spirit inspires the spirit within us. Through this type of mediumship, amazing works of art, literature, and advances in science and technology have been created in the physical world for centuries. When advice and guidance is spiritually inspired, whether to one person or a larger audience, that can make the experience even more extraordinary. When spirit inspires us and we don't let our own minds cloud the information, there are no limits to what can be achieved. If you're ready to try this type of inspirational mediumship, then here's an exercise to practice. You can opt to do this alone or with a group. Put a selection of written words in a basket. For example, on small pieces of paper, write down the words love, faith, nature, etc. Without looking, choose a word. Take a moment to blend with spirit and let the words flow into your mind. Speak without pausing for a minute or two on the word you have chosen. Let your guides assist you and speak from your heart. At first, you might draw a blank, but in time, wonderful and inspirational wisdom can happen. So partnership cards with this is blending with spirit and spirit guides. So obviously, there are some spirit guides, or again, you have an ability to tap into something and just kind of feel it initially and to get these messages coming through you, which goes very much hand in hand with clairsentience. So, which in fact, look at the partnership cards here. Blending with spirit, and that was one of the partnership cards here as well. The invisible shield as well. So clairsentience is the most natural of all the psychic senses. It's the ability to sense the emotions or feelings of other people, animals, and your surroundings, as well as spirit people. Don't underestimate the power of clairsentience. It can assist you in all areas of your life and enhance your connection with spirit. Our bodies act as one big psychic antenna. When meeting someone for the first time, most of us have a gut response, or when walking into a room. It's possible to feel vibrations. When a medium is working and using their ability of clairsentience, they're able to feel or sense the spirit's energy, whether it's male, female, young, or old, and the nature of the illness that might have taken the spirit to the other side. The medium should be able to describe the spirit's personality, their mannerisms, and in some cases take on the characteristics of the spirit. This is the most common way most mediums work, and there's no limits to what the spirit can make the medium sense. Clairsentience is felt through the solar plexus. center. And what have we been talking about? We've been talking about essentially personal power here is like your weak spot that you need to work on. And that is totally the solar plexus. The color yellow. Think the color yellow. You can strengthen this ability by practicing daily. Focus on your solar plexus center and ask yourself what you're feeling. Be sure to do this when meeting someone new or making an important decision. When you start asking how you're feeling, tuning into your solar plexus and paying attention, the psychic ability will strengthen and grow. Exactly. And also, it's like the solar plexus is mighty close to your stomach. And that is an aspect that is ruled by Cancer. And lastly, we have sitting in the power. So in learning to connect with the other side, it's essential that you make time to get to know your own spirit. If you've randomly pulled this card, then Spirit is calling you to take time now and sit in your own power. It's time for you to consciously focus on your own inner light and tap into the unlimited spiritual power within you. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine you're slowly and gently breathing in light. Allow that light to fill your physical body, letting it expand your own energy and aura. Continue to breathe in this simple manner, allowing some time to sit and be in the expansion of your own loving light. Keep it simple in the beginning as you develop this technique, allowing time to get comfortable with this practice. Notice whether you feel energy in certain areas of body or chakras. Do you see images in your mind? Do you hear sounds or music? Moments of profound silence are to be expected and are quite normal. By devoting time to this breathing meditation, it will help expand your awareness and allow your psychic and mediumistic abilities to grow and flourish. It will also help revitalize your body, mind, and soul, bringing you to a place of balance and harmony. Once you learn to tap into your own spirit and power, you can access it anytime you wish. So there you go. So obviously, as if you wanted a clair ability to come out in this reading for you, here you go. Clairsentience is your big one. You also have inspirational mediumship. I definitely feel like some of you could have that ability to see and project into the future, as well as being really strong healers. Or again, it's a message that you yourself need to really work on healing. Also, do some research. If you don't know a lot about your family, don't be surprised if somebody in your family, you suddenly learn, oh yeah, you're Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, responsibility. Anyway, like you might hear somebody at like a family gathering just suddenly mention like, oh yeah, they used to read tarot cards, or they used to have prophetic dreams or something. You'll be like, what the hell? I never heard that before. Now this makes so much sense because this is shedding a light on an aspect that I have. Or again, it's something more related to a past life situation. So look into maybe some meditations that help you to connect to past lives or to remember past lives, things like that. And also dive a lot more into your 4th house and your North Node and see what messages come out for you there. But with that said, that is everything I'm seeing in this reading. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you want more, also let me know. Engage and comment, because that's what helps to keep these videos coming. So I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those who picked the 3rd and final pile here with the Morganite bracelet, we're going to dive into your cards. We're going to see what kind of psychic abilities, witchy powers, whatever, however you want to say it, are going to come out in your reading and what else you need to know. So we got the 8 of Cups coming out here. We also have the Queen of Wands. We have literally the witch of the deck. We also have the 3 of Wands. So we have some very strong fire energy coming out here. A little bit of water, but primarily fire energy. And also we have a lot of candle imagery going on here. So I definitely feel like some of you connecting to that element of fire, working with candle magic might be a strong ability for you. Reading wax, that might be like connecting to that element of fire is what's going to help you with your particular abilities. Again, you might be very strong at working with candles. That is definitely a magical ability in itself. But regardless, again, you have literally the witch of the deck. So there is definitely some strong abilities that you have. You're very witchy in general. You have that vibe about you. It might even be that a lot of other people come to you to be a mentor for them. And this might be a little bit of a daunting task. You might find it very kind of like, oh, am I qualified for this? But let's see what else comes out for you. Let's see what area of your natal chart might be lit up that you need to look into. Again, I always recommend that people dive into their astrology and their natal chart, their natal promise, to see what is, again, promised to you literally by your natal chart, and to learn more about it, because just going off sun sign isn't going to tell you anything. It's not accurate to the grand scheme of things. Ooh, retrograde review. Yikes. So this could mean that you definitely have a lot of retrogrades in your natal chart, or where, if you have a planet or something that is in retrograde, you should definitely dive into that. It might also be that retrograde periods can be really intense for you than other people. Let's see what else. We also got Chiron with heal. So some of you might have a healing ability, or you need to work on your own personal healing. Again, look at where Chiron is in your natal chart. Let's see what else. We also have the moon with perception. And we have Virgo with digest. So, 6th house, Virgo. Look at wherever Virgo is in your natal chart. Maybe that's where your moon sits, or your Chiron sits in Virgo. But, and you also have moon with perception. So, a lot of you have very good just intuition in general. But you need to be more proactive about how you review what you tap into and what you listen to, what you digest on a daily basis. The media that you consume can have a really big effect on you and your how you feel, and also how your abilities manifest as well. You need to make sure that you stay very authentic to who you are, especially your deeper emotional self. You do not, you need to choose the less walked path, so to speak. Don't just go along with whatever everybody else does or what they say. Even within the spiritual community, don't do what, whatever the hot new thing that's being spouted over on TikTok is. All right. You need to find your own path, your own way of doing things. How you are meant to do things and how your abilities work is not like how everybody else's, because we have that retrograde. Things seem to go in the opposite direction for you. In fact, because it's funny, we have the moon here. It's like, for example, a lot of people always are talking about moon magic, connecting with the moon. What about the sun? A lot of people don't think about working with sun magic, or the importance of how to utilize that. Maybe that's part of it, is like your perception of things is very different from other people. You have a different way of seeing things, and again, how your abilities are going to work. We have falling leaves. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. Yeah, again, you need to work on being your own authentic self. And we have the candle coming up. I feel like candle magic in particular is something you should really consider looking into, because it could definitely be something that works really well for you. We also have here empowerment, grounded strength, and stamina. Yes. And we have attachment, accumulation, defenses, scarcity. Do not, if you at all buy into a lack mindset, or you project that onto yourself a lot, stop right now. Because that's definitely, I feel like you're somebody who could, like, you'll feel really confident in yourself and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to get that thing, or I'm going to get that job, or you just feel like you have this sense of knowing of like, that thing, I will have it, or it's coming to me. And when you voice that, sometimes the people around you shit on your shine. And then you start to believe that negativity in those words. So you have to really be careful with, again, the words that are coming through from other people and what you are, again, consuming, because it's going to have a great effect on how you manifest. Oh, wow. We have self-worship. My hands fold as I speak to the stars, watching as the sky holds its breath. It's in stillness that I find all that I am and all the divinity within me. Yes. So if you don't have some sort of self-worship kind of practice, you don't have like a total you day. So that might be part of the problem of why you're having issues with connecting with your own personal power, is that you're giving it away to everybody else. With your abilities, your powers, it's like you need to carve out time just for you, to have a you day, to have a spa day, to have a day where you just work on your own abilities and appreciate yourself and love yourself. Because there definitely could be issues of other people sapping away. You might be a natural, like, somebody that psychic vampires might be very attracted to feed off, because you give off so much energy. Let's see what else comes out. We have frog. Yep. You guys are natural empaths. You're very sensitive to other people's energy, or again, especially just your environment. Again, the things you consume and you put around you really affect you. You need to make sure your space is yours, and that it's your sacred space and nobody else is fucking with it. Because especially with the frog coming out here, may the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. Frogs are a strong, like, the health of frogs and amphibians in a natural landscape tells you a lot about the health of said landscape. So again, you're like the frog. You absorb everything through your skin, through your spiritual skin, through your aura. And that has profound effects on you, more than you even realize. See what else comes out for you guys. Oh, Jesus, you just get a shit ton of cards. We have solstice. So pay attention to when solstices are coming around, because those are really high, powerful times for you. So all hail the cunning truth in which burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim the God. The gods are waiting your glory, your name. We have cold moon, which happens in December. I'm pretty sure it's either December or January. Take with thy the dearest of moments. Release me from their tongue and nourish me with light. We also have turning inward. And we have the 3 candles again. Look at that. 3 candles. The numbers 3 are really important as well. So, inside the veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. So yes, you need to regularly take time to turn inward and just to be in your own energy and space. I feel like a lot of you probably picked this out. You probably already have some sort of spiritual practice, or maybe you do Reiki healing or something like that. Or again, that's something you're thinking about doing. It's like you like to work a lot with people. It might be even part of like your day-to-day job is you work with others, your work in service to others. But you need to understand the fine line of how much of your energy you can give to other people before it completely depletes and drains you. You need to find a proper balance, stay grounded, and again, find your own safe space. Yeah, we have gatherings. Gather, gather, festive witches, speak of joy and drink to wishes. Take one, give two, celebrating all blisses. So yes, there's obviously an aspect here where you work a lot with other people. But again, you have to just be mindful of how much that energy will take from you. Especially in situations. Okay. Witch's hat. Power. So some of you might even be able to read auras, or you can sense or feel auras. That might be a part of one of your abilities here, is that you're very sensitive to that. Again, you might regularly be able to see them, or you can you can train yourself to see them. It's not too difficult, but it might be like really strong for you. And we have hand fasting with union. Interesting. So again, there might be somebody that you're going to connect with, but again, you need to, as my word of warning was, be mindful about who you're connecting with and who you're coming in union with, and make sure they're not somebody who's just out to, you know, steal all your energy. And lastly, let's look at our mediumship deck and see what comes out for you guys. Let's see. Ooh. Wheels of light. So the chakra systems, again, connecting to the energy. Color is a big thing for you too. The color, again, everything that you consume around you has a huge impact on you. I can't say that enough. So even literally like the colors you paint your wall, the colors you wear, if you want to project a different vibe or connect to a different power or energy, just change the colors that you're wearing or that are around you, because that will definitely be a part of it, and we'll do it. Is there any other cards? There we go. Any other ones? Okay, there we go. See, I figured there was more here. We have reaching out to spirit. We have moments of gratitude, so always practice regular gratitude. And we have nurturing. Are you fucking kidding me? Self-worship, nurturing yourself. Yep. Wow. So let's start with reaching out to spirit. Communication always benefits and enhances any relationship, and that includes the one with spirit. Many people believe that the only time to connect with spirit is when you want to link with those on the other side. In fact, spirit, the divine source, is there for you anytime you wish. At different times throughout the day, try to stop for a few minutes and reach out with your mind to spirit. It could be simply to reach out and connect to say a quick hello, or it could be a good time to ask a more specific question. You might choose to ask a question about a situation that's happening in your life, a story you saw or heard on the news, or something that's happening elsewhere in the world. Equally, it could be a time that you simply seek guidance. Sometimes the response might come right away, or it might take a little while. The answer can come in many different ways, such as a sign, a symbol, part of a dream, or even a synchronistic event. Working with spirit is very much a partnership, and no matter what form of communication takes place, it's a vital part of the process. When you take the time to reach out to spirit, you're attuning yourself to a higher vibration or frequency similar to a radio signal. Every time you connect with spirit, the stronger the connection becomes. We then have moments of gratitude. Gratitude is an offering of love, trust, and appreciation to spirit for the eternal love, guidance, and support throughout your life's journey. Especially having a practice of gratitude for all things, especially the blessings and miracles, is an essential part of your spiritual development. An attitude of gratitude is really a mindset that you're willing to be of service to spirit and to deliver the best messages you can. It's acknowledgement that as a medium, you appreciate the honor of serving spirit, and you're willing to do so with a loving and open heart. Practicing gratitude is easy. Take a moment to pause and breathe into your heart space. Send gratitude to your soul essence for getting you through the ups and downs of this journey we call life. Allow yourself to be fully and consciously aware of the joy and blessings that arise in your life. Be thankful to the human angels for the lessons and kindness they bring you. Also, extend that gratitude to your angels and guides for their guiding light. This is essentially kind of the same thing. Again, you're reaching out, you're saying gratitude. So this is something kind of going hand in hand that you should do regularly, is you reach out, you kind of say hello, you tap in at different parts of the day, and you give gratitude. Spirit is also grateful for those who walk the path of a medium. Notice how Spirit brings grace into your life as an expression of appreciation for your life of service. Be open to receive. By adopting a practice of gratitude in your everyday routine, you'll find that it quickly becomes a way of life. Then we have the wheels of light. As humans, we're continually seeking new sources of enlightenment, often searching within one of the sacred locations all over the world. By appreciating the nature of your wheels of light chakras, you'll soon realize that your body is also a temple. We all have a physical body as well as a spiritual body. Within the spiritual body, there are energy centers. Imagine them as beautiful wheels of moving spiritual light. There are 7 major chakras as well as minor ones that play an important function in your physical and spiritual life, with each corresponding to an endocrine gland in your body. During the early stages of your psychic and mediumship development, it's important to focus on these 7 main centers. Gaining a deeper knowledge and understanding of your chakras will assist you with your spiritual development and benefit your overall well-being. These wheels of light are receptors for the universal source energy as well as psychic and mediumistic information. By learning about the chakras, you'll discover how they influence your physical body and how each one is linked to your specific psychic ability of clairsentience, clairvoyance, or clairaudience. So again, if somebody who's watching this video was looking for a specific clair to come up, obviously it could be one of those 3 or all 3 for you guys. So clairsentience, clairvoyance, or clairaudience. And I'm just gonna throw this out here. If you are attracted to or thinking about picking another pile, wink wink, go with your intuition on that, because there's definitely a message in another pile for you. Just going to say that. Just going to throw that out there for some of you. You should learn how to activate your chakras and how to balance them. A good practice to open your chakras is to breathe into them one at a time, working your way up from the base chakra, aka the root, to the crown chakra. And lastly, we have nurturing thyself. We have partnership cards here. Replenish your energy. See, you got to regularly do that, because a lot of you who pick this pile, you're an empath. Or again, I'm trying to think of other terms for somebody who is like, again, you're very sensitive to your environment. So that might be a big part of your psychic abilities, is you're somebody who really, again, the energy of the environment around you is really, really important. So, nurturing thyself. Honoring and taking care of your physical self should be a top priority when you're developing and using your mediumship abilities. Don't forget that you're the vessel for the reception and transmission of psychic energy. Nurturing yourself is not selfish. It's a necessity. Being a medium means living a life of service and giving to others. And just to mention, again, you got the Virgo card. This is very much about what traditionally Virgo rules, or what the 6th house was in relations to, is being in service to others. If you're chosen this card, then it's a timely reminder to ensure that you don't forget yourself in the process. In this line of work, it's easy to forget to pay attention to your physical body, which can result in feeling tired, drained, or even moody. Remember that we're all made up of energy, and that energy is very precious and delicate and needs to be preserved and honored. Today, schedule some time to stop doing anything psychic. That includes even talking about or reading anything related to it. That also includes watching too many pick-a-cards on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or wherever you're getting your media information from. So whether it's just for a day or a bit longer, it's important to get in the habit of taking time for yourself. It could be a massage, meditation, or a walk in nature, whatever works for you. The point is to allow your body, mind, and spirit to absorb positive and healthy energy so that when you have to return to helping others, you'll feel healthy, strong, and revitalized. Taking quality time to be with your loved ones, friends, and pets that are here is equally important. You're a physical being and a spiritual being. Please honor both. There you go. So yeah, that is your reading. That was all the readings for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, you'd like to see more, definitely make sure you interact, you comment, you subscribe, you like, you share, you do all that stuff, so I know you want to see more of this. Otherwise, I'm going to be going and taking time for myself. Just bring it back to your reading, exactly. So yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.